What's up, everybody? Your old pal Rapid Dave back with Alan. We're going to have another beer. It's Wednesday, baby. What are you going to do? We got Steam Theory Brewing Brew Bohemians, a Czech-style pils. I'll give you two guesses to figure out who picked this beer out. Go. Exactly.
You don't get your first guess. That one doesn't count.
And, of course, it was me. I love Czech pils. I loved going to Steam Theory. Really cool place. We went there when Texas froze over again. We had the storm or whatever.
Okay.
And,
yeah.
You know, because I remember tight roping it down the sidewalk, you know.
First of all, I love the can. I think the can is awesome.
I took way too much this time. I was very excited.
This is 6.2% alcohol by volume, 41 IBUs. This is an homage to the past, something we're quite fond of doing. Back in the early days of the Deep Ellum music scene, one of the biggest success stories was Eddie Brickell, a New Bohemian, and the New Bohemians. Okay, I remember that. We felt it was an appropriate name for a classic Bohemian lager. The Czech Pilsner is brewed with German Pilsner malt and Czech Saaz hops. It has a floral aroma with notes of spice and a crisp finish.
It absolutely has a little spice in there and a crisp finish. I'll tell you that right now. As you were reading that, I'm pretty sure I had this on a Sunday special, and I read that can because I was like, you know what? Alan always reads a can. Let me give her a go.
I mean, someone
and I read it.
Took some time and put their heart and soul into this.
Yeah, there's some breweries that put things on the back and give you a backstory as to the beer,
right.
And there's some that don't. And Steam Theory is one of them, and Three Nations is one of them too. You know,
if you take the time to put something on the can, I'm going to read it.
Yeah,
because that's someone's, like I said, someone's heart and soul. They poured into that.
I had this fresh off the tap. It's just as good out of the can. I thoroughly enjoyed it that day, and I like Czech pils. Everybody knows it. I like pilsners, but Czech pils is my favorite. That particular style just seems to work with me.
Right.
They're usually the poundability is through the roof. You got a nice golden look, usually in a nice tall glass.
You get the tall, skinny glass.
It works.
It's. Would you say it's the Virginia Slims of beers?
I got to get my mom in here to verify that. But yeah,
tall, skinny. I'm just saying. But it is delicious. It's not as crisp, as I would like, but it's still really good and refreshing.
You get a little too crispy. You're venturing out of the Pilsner realm. You're in with light beers. You're in some different waters.
Right.
Maybe a nice, a different lager, something like that. But yeah, with this one, it just kind of rolls off.
It rolls off. It's got a little bit of I'd almost describe it as kind of like a flat taste on the end that kind of hangs out there, but it's good. Right. It's not that. It's
not a flat as in like this sucks. It's a flat as in like it just kind of goes away.
Right. It just kind of hangs out there for a second. Says, hi.
Don't get us wrong. We had a yeast beer earlier, so that's what's still lingering in there. So we're trying to work through that.
This is really good though. Like you hear me saying that, and you might think it's not me saying anything bad about the beer. This has got an average score of 3.66 out of 5 out of 441 ratings on Untapped. I'm right there at about a 3.5 on this one. I'm coming in a little bit under that, but that's just because when you rate the beers, you're on a scale of 0.25 every time, right?
Roger.
And so I would rate this as like a 3.5.
Okay.
Good, refreshing, a little bit higher on the ABV at a 6.2%. Some of your pilsners are a little bit lower in the fives, the mid fives, but it's really good. I'm enjoying it.
I think the difference is going to be I'm going to give it a 3.75. I love the beer, love the style. The can art is going to drive it over the top.
Can art is awesome.
So if you haven't seen it yet, this is what it looks like. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's going to put a 3.75 on me. I was going to go 4, but let me just pump the brakes.
Which that right there puts it at about a 3.66.
Yeah.
A 3.75 and a 3.5, bam, are right there.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
What a delicious beer. If I saw this at the store, I'd buy it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And definitely go down to Dallas, check them out. Their brewery is amazing. They got good food and stuff like that. I mean, it's actually just a real chill place. Been looking forward to go back down there. I hope to hit it this summer, so can't wait to go back. But yeah, thanks for being part of the this isn't a Patreon video, but thanks for being part of the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, turn notifications on to support the podcast. Until next time, adios.
Deuces.